Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are good and doing well. In this lecture, we will discuss about an important topic, and that is about storing contextual information in Rails application. But first of all, we need to understand that what we can call as contextual information. So, contextual information refers to data or attributes that are specific to the current context in which your application is operating. Okay, this information is often tied to a particular request, user session, or environment and is typically relevant only for the duration of the context. Okay, in a Rails application, contextual information is commonly used to provide necessary details for request processing, logging, or user specific operations. Okay, the simplest example you can consider as the user logged in into the system. Okay, while a user is signed in into an application, the user and his actions can be tracked via the session. I mean, when a user is signed in, then we can uh, track his current session, and in that session whatever he has performed we can track that. Okay, so this particular actions are based upon the current session, and here we can say that current session is the context. Okay, and in that particular context whatever user perform, we can track those activity. Okay, and we can audit them as well. Okay, so whatever a user do in a session is specific to its a session or within that current session context. Okay, and so far before Rails 8 we were using James like device to authenticate a user and track his session. We never felt the need of discussing this contextual information point, but as we already seen that Rails 8 come up with its own built-in authentication system, and in this inbuilt authentication setup we were using ActiveSupport current attributes library to manage the current session of a logged in user. Okay, so now it's required to understand that how the contextual information or shared data works. Okay, so let's share this in details now. So first go to the project directory of a Rails application. Okay, so here you can see that we have this current model. Okay, and here you can see that this is inheriting the active support current attributes library. Okay, and here we have one attribute that is known as session, or that is mentioned as the session. Since the session already has an association with the user model, so we can get the current session user by current session. But let's see how we can use this for custom attribute. Okay, let's say you are asked to find the current user using the active support current attributes library, then how you will do this? Okay, so first what we need to do, that we need to add a new attribute in this current class and name it as user. Okay, so after this attribute session you can add a new attribute and name it as user. Okay, and now let's go to the home controller and add a filter to find currently signed in user before any action. Okay, so here you can see that in home controller what we can do, that we can add a before action. Okay, before action, and then set current user. Okay, and now we need to implement this. Okay, so we can implement it like a private method, set current user, and here what you can do is that current dot user equal to, let's say, current dot session dot user. Okay, now let's see. So whatever attributes you define in your current.rb or in your model, or in a file which you inherited via the active support current attributes, what you need to do, first save this. Okay, so what you need to do, that you need to access that attribute as class method, like you invoking the class method. So current.session, current.user, and whatever the attribute that you want to store as a contextual information. Okay, so here you can see that what we did in this home controller, that current dot user equal to current dot session dot user. Okay, and save this. Now in the home index template, let's try to fetch this current user. Okay, so you can see that this is our index.html, and what how we are displaying the current username, that you can see here that sorry, what we are displaying, the signed in as employee example. Okay, this is the name of the user that is signed in into the system. Okay, now what we need to do, that instead of current session, what we can do, if current user, first let me hide this. Okay, if current user, okay, then we can display the current name. Okay, so current user dot name. Okay, That's it. Now save all the changes and restart the server. Why restart the server? Because now we added a new context and it was not active with the previous context. Okay. So let's restart the server and go to the browser. So let's save this and go to the server, restart your Rails server and refresh the page now. When you refresh the page, you will still see that it is saving the it is displaying the currently signed in username. Okay. And you can see that what we did here, we defined one more custom attribute in the current.rb, which is inheriting the active support current attributes library. Okay. And this is just an example. You can do the similar thing for whatever attributes that you want to store as a contextual information, or that you are context specific attributes. You can inherit them in some current model and inherit this current model via the active support library. Okay. And this is how we can work with the storing contextual information in Rails application and also with the active support current attributes library. Okay. So I hope you liked this and found this helpful. So thanks for watching this, and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, stay safe.